は島田官兵衛と申すもの。実は死体あって伝達の死を求めてる。近く農師相手に一戦後だっての。是非もない百姓の頼みでな。難しい戦があるんだが、ついてくるか。今度こそ死ぬかもしれんぞ。
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, samurais and ninjas alike, it's time to talk about The Seven Samurai. If you haven't seen this cinematic masterpiece, then you're missing out on a lot of sword-swinging, rice-planting, bandit-fighting goodness. But if you have seen it, then you know that it's the greatest thing to happen to swords since Fruit Ninja. The movie begins with a band of bandits terrorizing a small village in feudal Japan. These bandits are like the medieval version of the Backstreet Boys. They're loud, they're obnoxious, and they're completely uninvited. But instead of singing cheesy pop songs, they're stealing all the villagers' food and leaving them to starve. That's where our heroes come in, the seven samurai who agree to help defend the village from these bandits. Let's talk about the samurais themselves. First up, we've got Kanbei, the leader of the group. He's basically the Dumbledore of samurais, wise, powerful, and always willing to lend a hand. Then we have Katsushiro, the young apprentice who's just trying to prove himself. He's like the Harry Potter of samurais, only without the lightning scar and British accent. Next up, we have Gorobai, the stoic samurai who doesn't say much but can kick ass like nobody's business. He's like the Wolverine of samurais, only without the adamantium claws and sideburns. Then we have Shikairoji, the old friend of Kanbei who's been there and done that. He's like the Han Solo of samurais, only without the Millennium Falcon and Wookiee co-pilot. Now let's talk about some of the other samurais. We've got Heihachi, the happy-go-lucky samurai who's always cracking jokes and making the villagers laugh. He's like the Deadpool of samurais, only without the healing factor and chimichanga obsession. Then we have Kyuzo, the silent samurai who's a deadly marksman with a sword. He's like the Legolas of samurais, only without the bow and arrow and pointy ears. And finally, we have Kikuchiyo, the wild card samurai who's not really a samurai at all. He's a farmer who's pretending to be a samurai. He's like the Jack Sparrow of samurais, only without the Roman eyeliner. Now, the movie itself is a masterpiece of storytelling and cinematography. Director Akira Kurosawa was a genius who knew how to use the camera to tell a story. He was like the Steven Spielberg of Japanese cinema, only without the dinosaurs and aliens. The battle scenes in this movie are some of the best ever filmed. They're like a combination of the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Battle of Endor, only without the orcs and Ewoks. The samurais are slicing and dicing their way through hordes of bandits, and it's a thing of beauty. But it's not just the action scenes that make this movie great. It's also the characters and the relationships between them. Kanbei and Katsushiro have a father-son dynamic that's heartwarming and poignant. Gorobai and Shikairoji have a bromance that's hilarious and endearing. And Kikuchiyo, despite being the odd one out, manages to find his place among the samurais and becomes a hero in his own right. The Seven Samurai is a classic for a reason. It's a movie that has stood the test of time and continues to inspire filmmakers today. It's like the Citizen Kane of samurai movies, only without the sled and the rosebud reveal. But let's be real, this movie is not for everyone. If you're not a fan of subtitles or black and white movies, then you might find it a bit tedious. If you're looking for non-stop action and explosions, then you might be disappointed. But if you're willing to sit back, relax, and let yourself be swept away by the story and the characters, then you're in for a treat. In conclusion, The Seven Samurai is a must-see movie for anyone who loves swords, samurais, or just good old-fashioned storytelling. It's a movie that will make you laugh, cry, and cheer all at the same time. And who knows, it might even inspire you to become a samurai yourself. Just don't forget to bring your own sword.